Good afternoon, you teach the man always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bobby Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Sorry, folks, that I'm a little bit late. I had just got a message from my partner. He is not going to be able to make it today. Jared has something came up, and you're gonna have me. It's just gonna be just me being me. So I'm just gonna be playing solo today. It's been a while since I did solo. But I can do this. It's not that hard. So anyway, as you know, over the weekend we had the Chicago Pro, and Chicago Pro has been around for quite some time. It's probably one of the biggest shows for which have women's bodybuilding, and it's I think a very popular show. I know some ladies have earned their qualification for the Olympia. It's Olympic qualification, and as I did a video where I announced the winner and also gave my thoughts. Now, at Chicago, the winner of the show was Angela Yao. Now, Angela, she turned pro back in 2020. I think it was the Nationals or was the USA. I can't remember which show it was. And she was originally a physique competitor, but she made a switch from physique to women's bodybuilding. And I even reached out to her some time ago where I saw some pictures of her. I follow on social media, and I saw her say, "Hey, are you going to think about going up to women's bodybuilding?" And she said no. And I said, okay, I understand that. You don't, but I think she had some of the qualities that I think they're looking for. I mean, there's a push where they're looking for women who have good muscle development, good conditioning, and maybe a good amount of size. And she kind of skates that medium between, good development. Now, at the show, I was thought the lady who's going to win was going to be Sheena Olick, because last year Sheena competed, and I follow Sheena. We try to keep in contact with each other. I think she's an amazing person. Oh, Miss Fishiana, hey, I miss her. I miss her. This is my lady I call her Fear, Miss Fishiana. She used to be part of the liquor spot, and the liquor spot is gone. I would love to, hey, Miss Fishiana, if you have time, I'd love for you to come on here. Just shoot me your email. I shoot you a link. You can come on here and talk every now and then. It's been a while since we chatted, because we never talked in person. But we used to go on the liquor spot with her, Tay Tay, and Quay, and also Ashley. I used to always come on there, and I supported them because it's a great, yeah. I miss you too, my sister. I'm gonna tell you something about Miss Fishiana. She's a fan of Eddie Kane. Duck, duck. You can't hang with Eddie Kane. We picked on her about that, but she's a great lady. I appreciate her for coming through and showing support. And I hope she gets back onto live stream, because I think she's a wonderful lady. But anyway, they just had the Chicago Pro, and also there's another show that was yesterday. So I'm gonna focus on the Chicago Pro first, and also I'm gonna talk about a bit about the Masters World, Pro 2 that came on that same weekend. So, yeah, yes, I am. Yeah, I know you're a fan of Eddie Kane. Duck. You gotta fight for your love. And the actor played Eddie Kane's a great actor. He was in Oz and a couple of stuff. But anyway, besides that, it was a pretty good show. I think originally the first lineup originally was 9 ladies, but as you know, there's another show part of that, which is the Miss International, and Miss International is a pro qualifier. It's been around for the past, I think, 4 or 5 years. You remember Miss International was originally was originally a popular title back in the day. It was part of All Sports Classic. It was around for years, but Arnold, as he did again, he walked quite behind Fiona Bada Bill and Stephen Hart when he got winning Miss International. And Miss Chia he's laughing. That's a good thing. I love making ladies laugh. And there was this year's Miss International. There was only 2 weight classes. Usually it's like 3. You had lightweight, middleweight, and heavyweight. But I think a lot of ladies, they feel like, what's the point of having middleweight? So it's just middleweight and heavyweight. So at the winner for the lightweight division was one Miss Essling Hickey, who's from Australia. And she looked like she'd been competing for quite some time, a bit more mature lady. Congratulations to her. She earned a pro card. And then she competed against a lady that her name is Christina Nally. And Christina, I met her some time ago, and she was a rigid figure competitor. Then she went to physique, and she was going to make the move and do bodybuilding at the Chicago Pro at the Miss International. So she took second, but she is now IFB Pro. So congratulations, those two ladies. After getting the pro, that was, I think they did the show that afternoon, and then later that I think, or probably I think that early that morning. I think, yeah, they they switched and they jumped over because they got the pro card, the pro status. They jumped over and they competed. So it was became 11 women at the show, and it was a good show. I mean, and a good lineup. Two ladies who I've become fond with, who I keep up on social media with there. Sheena Oleg, who I've done interviews with. I also try to keep up with Sheena, and also Tina S. Williams. And I was kind of a bit, kind of disappointed for both of them because they didn't do as good as they should have. Sheena, she took um, fourth this time around because last year she won, and that was her bodybuilding debut in Chicago last year, which gave her her first Olympia qualification. So then this year she took fourth, and now I think she's talking about doing the Chicago, not Chicago, Tampa. This coming up next month. So and I'm a fan of Sheena Olick. I think I've talked about on my channel. She's an amazing woman, great physique, great body. I mean, classic lines. Her and Jada had that classic look that was very popular in bodybuilding. Very lean, tall, very leggy. Well development. But like I said, the debate is, what are they looking for in women's bodybuilding? If someone like Sheena, who's who's has great looks, great lines, it's not winning, and they give it to women who sometimes not even in their best condition, or the girls are getting too shredded. But it's debate about that. It's just, what do we want to see in women's bodybuilding? Because if you follow my channel, I'm going to have a live stream coming up this Thursday, where I will talk about, have a couple people on as a panel, and maybe if anybody else who follows my channel who's interested in taking part of that panel, reach out to me. You can reach out to me on my IG, because my IG link is on my YouTube account. Just click it, send me a message, and say if you're interested in maybe taking part in this discussion. So anyway, like I said, talk about Sheena. And Sheena is beautiful. She has a great physique. I just love. She has those classic lines about her. But the question is, what the judges wanted? I mean, if Sheena, couldn't win this show, I mean, it's just like I said, she's amazing. I mean, I love Sheena. I mean, look at her, like, and she's fun too. She's a big, I told her when she was like doing she was like after the show she was eating donuts, and I call her a donut serial killer. She laughed at it because it's funny. But Sheena has a beautiful physique. She has that tattoo under her arm. She has a couple tattoos, but she has no breast implants. Great lines, great look. Look, like she really put on some size because early this year Sheena had some injuries. Plus, she had shoulder surgery, and she looked amazing. But she got fourth place, and and I'm kind of feel like I'm my feelings about this. Here she is. She's she's killing a box of donuts. She's about to go. She's about to get murdered. She's about to commit murder on donuts. She's Miss Ficiana. She is beautiful. She's a beautiful woman. I ain't gonna lie. I've told her this many times. She's from Jersey. I got family in Jersey. Maybe I get a chance to go over there and check her out and visit her. This is my man Lars. Hello, George. She's nice. Yeah, she's nice. I enjoyed talking to her on my last interview. And she's a We Strength ambassador, and she is beautiful, like the Joker would say. Yeah, and I feel like Sheena should have. I don't know. She should have placed a little better. I mean, it's just, I don't know. This debate is what the judges really want, But as you know, she took fourth for that show, and then third went to Chelsea Dion. This is Chelsea Dion's debut as a physique competitor. It was a bodybuilder. She competed for a good while as as physique. She made the switch from physique to bodybuilding, last year, and she earned her qualification, by winning at the for a pro card by winning at the the nationals championship in December. And then also a lady also who competed show who took like see here you see right here who took second is Sherry Pomeri. Pomeri. I want to get the name right. I want to apologize. And Sherry, right here, she's right beside Angela. Sherry was originally a physique competitor too, and she made the jump from physique to women's bodybuilding. I even reached out to her because I follow her on social media, and I said, "Are you considering going to women's open?" She said no, but then she made a decision. Then fifth place we have here is Dr. Jeannie Wecker, and Jeannie, she was a physique competitor, and she made the leap from physique to women's open. It's Savannah Pro, where she took fourth at that show. And then you have again, who just recently competed at a show at Atlanta last weekend, Shaquita Barrero, who earned her pro card as a bodybuilder. So technically, out of all of the women out of here, I think the only true bodybuilder I would say is Shaquita. As you know, Shanique, she was a physique competitor, but she's been a bodybuilder for about a year or so. Sherry just been a bodybuilder for maybe 2 weeks. This is the body debut of Angela Yao. This is also Chelsea's bodybuilding debut, and this is Jeannie's second show as a bodybuilder. And this was the ladies who made top six. And congratulations to all of them. They're amazing ladies. Like I said, I support women in bodybuilding, and I'm a fan. We have man. Angie Yao has a great overall look. Yeah, true. I think she has a good look. See, I think Chase's would have placed higher if she had calves, had a bit more detail. That's the thing. Yeah, that's the talk. Like I said, that's what I'm talking about. Is that Chelsea? She's a taller girl. I think Chelsea's like in the mode of someone like Stephanie Flesher. She's kind of like she's a little bit taller. She has more of these, the aesthetics that I think we might see in physique over because she was a bodybuilder for a good while. She did physique for a good while, and then she went back to bodybuilding, which earned her a pro card. And also at the show, a lady who I follow also, Tamar McCarr, she took seventh. Also, then Tina took eighth. Ninth went to a lady by the name of Aisling Hickey, who won the Miss International. 10th was Christina Naya, and bottom out the row was Sarah Faust. And Cheryl also what she did was she double dipped. She was doing women's open and she also did women's masters. She was the only one competing in women 40 plus. I think at one point Tina was going to compete that, but I think she changed her mind. She should have did it. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to make a little extra, because I think you still get prize money when you do that, and hey, it's a win. A win is a win. It may not be open, but it's a win's a win. But it was a pretty good show. Also, what I'm gonna talk about here is a women's physique. As you know, that's been around for quite some time. The winner of that show was Ashley Jones, and Ashley has been competing for quite some time. Ashley originally was a figure competitor, but I think after 2020, she was it 2020 2021. She made the switch from physique to figure, and she looked pretty impressive. I mean, last year she did Tampa, where I think it was her debut, and then she did a show in Texas. And they had physiques. They had physiques. We had women's physique in other divisions, like I think that Friday, and they had class like the masters class that Thursday, because there were some ladies that won the master class, and Ashley has a great look to her. I mean, great lines. I mean, she has a great physique. I think she might do pretty well. But I don't see Ashley beating Cheryl Vilgas, but she has great look. I mean, especially coming from figure up to women's physique. I think she has great looks, or great lines. I mean, I have a lady who knows her because my friend Brittany Brooks, she knows Ashley because she both from Texas, and I think she might do pretty good. She might be possibly a top five contender because last year she's supposed to do the Olympia, but something happened. She got sick. She had to drop out, and I think she has some great lines to her. I mean, she has a beautiful physique, and like I said, I love my sister the melanin. I've done videos about Ashley before. I mean, I was looking at her. Look, wow. You know, I think she should do pretty good, but she's not going to beat Sarah. She might be lucky. She might make the top five, maybe top three. It's all depending. Especially if how Baba Majan comes in. This year Book Walker's not competing. Book Walker's out because she took a step back, and I understand that's your personal choice, but we get opportunity for the Olympia. You need to take it. You just can't. Hey, no offense, but sometimes I know sometimes personal reasons, but you never get a chance to get that shot again. Next year she has to compete. You know, but right now they have not pulled up the. I was looking at what the scores are yet. I think they hadn't posted them yet. I'm about to check them. The NPC online, see where the score is at and how are people placing. You know, give you a few minutes, and this was like I said, this is one I think was a second, third tier show where second place gets I think 6 points. Sherry already has 4 points from Atlanta, which gives her at least 10 points for you know for uh for Olympic qualification. But it's going to be tough. You can still have to really you know come in and win. I think Sherry says she's going to do. Like somebody mentioned to me, Sherry is going to do Tampa, and I think Tampa is a second tier show, which gives you about 9 points. So she with the 10 she already has, there's a good chance she might get into leadership. Now we still hadn't it hadn't updated yet, but I'm looking here. I'm gonna show you real quick. He hadn't updated the qualification list yet. And where you go? See, I mean, a lot of first-time Miss Olympia entries this year, such as Eva Montgomery, Donald Williams, Lisa Codry, Angela Yao, and maybe Tampa and Savannah will have some more surprises in store for us fans. Yes, I mean, this is gonna be used a lot of other than Nina Capasoto. Generally, majority of the women are mostly a lot of first timers. I think like they've been compete. Some of them compete for a long time. Some not as long, but yeah, it's gonna be a lot of new faces. You might get some same old, so other than the top two women, which is Audra and Margie. But yeah, it's pretty much gonna be about a lot of new faces. You know. By the way, did you see contest Master Pro Pittsburgh? I didn't see it exactly, but I know a couple ladies that were there that was competing there. They told me, I posted on my IG and also on here that Michelle Britt, she won in her class, which was bodybuilding women 60 plus. And she won. Lady who I've also followed, Wendy Sanchez, she took fourth. And I think with some of the others, I think my dear friend Miss Mary Ann Wachowski, she competed in women's physique masters 50 plus, and she took I think probably about 7th or 8th place, I believe. Another lady who I know, Miss Clara Rouse, she bottomed out, close to bottom out, and I think those two 40 plus and 50 plus was won by a lady by the name of I think it was uh, Lenore Gregson, and then over women's bodybuilding 50 plus was won by Gina Hall, and Gina Hall is a legend. Let's see, and she says, yeah, what it says, nice, yeah, by my man Lar. And also I follow Amy Richardson. She placed second. Yeah, she placed second, I think, in 40 plus. Amy Richardson, and she has a great physique. Can I post her link here? Yeah, go ahead. Laura, you're welcome to. Yeah, post any if you wanted to, because I've seen her because he competed at the Europa. I mean, not Europa. I mean, the Ultima show about a couple months back. And she competed with Leo, trying in contact with Mr. Cole Higgins. And I know Miss Cole's busy. I hope me try to get in contact with her because I know she's busy. She has things she got to do. But you know, I would say like this: the list right now has not been updated. I took a good look at it. And I thought they might update it because it's been since the it's been like just barely a day away from Chicago, and let's see and let's see instead of CO. All right, let me pull it up. And here's still the same list. Now we have the ladies who qualified for the Olympia. And that's Andrew Shaw, Hella Trevino. Because Mom would say scratch out Hella Trevino because Hella's not going to be able because she's still recovering from a shoulder surgery and she's moved to Dubai. Margie V. Martin, Nadia Capasoto, who won at the Romanian Muscle Fest, also did the Big Man Weekend. Mala Ash, who won at Toronto. Eve Montgomery, who won at Vancouver. Teresa Vasquez at the Indy, Don Salib at the New York, Lisa Kudry at Toronto, Danielle Willis at Omaha, Michelle Boswell at Puerto Rico, Rodriguez Barros, I'm gonna say Rodriguez Barros at Brazil, Bronca at Portugal, and Michaela at Atlanta. And we're waiting for they put up Angela Yao for Chicago. It's the way it's supposed. Yeah. Oh yes, she is great. Oh, that's cool. Post a link. I asked her to do a quick photo shoot with her a couple of years ago. Well, what happened? What happened? Why she didn't do the photo shoot? Because I think she has a great physique. I mean, she's a attractive Asian woman of maturity, and it's just a great physique. I think I reached out to her about an interview, but she never came back to me. So I know that ladies are busy, and sometimes they get guys make a lot of requests. So and it's not always sometimes it's just about it. But also, if you look at the list, we have the point qualifiers. You have to be the top three to qualify. The top three. Now, right now, sitting at the top is Michelle Jen. Michelle sitting at the top. Then you have Mona Persile taking the 12th. Mona, Stephanie Fletcher, and Barrito from Brazil have 12 points. Irene has 11. Yacia Speck has 10. Michelle Britt has 7 from the Toronto. She did the Pro Master show. They didn't give her points for qualification because it's not considered. The Master show is not considered, Olympia qualification. But next year, the Master shows become Olympia qualification. Then Claudia from Italy, she has 7. My dear friend Miss Tana Hewitt has 6. Keisha Oliver, I don't know why she's doing shows lately because she hadn't done it since New York. She got 6. Giselle Nunez Chan, she got 6 from Toronto. Shaquita, she has 6 points, so she might have picked up a point from Atlanta, and then she has to wait what kind of point she gets from Chicago. Anastasia Levanova, she's not competing because Anastasia she has visa issues, so she's not going to be able to make it. Erica Denkova, she did Puerto Rico. Anastasia Kobalova, we hadn't seen her since last year. Kelly, what's the face? She did Omaha. Sherry, they added her points yet from Chicago. She has 10 points. Tina Flex has 3. Felicia from Spain has 3. Ivana Dunkova has 3. Leah Denny has 3 because she gained some points from Atlanta. And Lena, also what about Leah? She's not competing in any shows until the Rising Phoenix. Because when I talked to her, somebody talked to her. She's got a daughter graduating from high school. She has a son who's special needs. She wants to spend time with him. Tequila Rodriguez has 2. Sonia has 1, and my dear friend Della Beverly has 1 from Indy. and that is the women who have all, um, you know, uh, got their points, and it's gonna take a lot of points. They only got. What I found out, the qualifications for the Olympia has been, for Olympia qualifications has pushed back to November the 20th. That's the day before my birthday. They pushed it back. It used to be it stopped that second week of September last year because when Nadia won the Romania, that earned her qualification for this year's Olympia last year. But now you can, if you win the Romania, it will already earn your qualification. Romania, Europa, those two shows overseas will earn your qualifications for the Olympia this year. And also, you know, the points you can get from the Rising Phoenix also can earn you points and qualification if you can beat Andrea Shaw. Here we go, my man. She said, okay. Amy Richardson declined my video shoot. She preferred to be contest shape for it, and she didn't know me, so she was not sure I was her preview of her work. But I understand. Yeah, that's true. You know, you know. I met Michelle Jen at Toronto Pro. She's been years. I follow her, and she's nice to meet her. Yeah, I think Michelle lives in my home state of North Carolina because I follow her on social media. She lives in North Carolina, and I think she's a great woman. Here we go. This I mean, oh, that's Sean that said that. Oh, I thought it was you, Lars. That's Sean McMillan. I'm sorry, Sean, that confused with Lars because I looked at it. I said, wait a minute. I thought Lars said that. It was Sean that said that. Appreciate Sean. Thanks for coming through and supporting my channel. And yeah, it was Sean. Yeah, Sean. Yes, he said this. Like, I'm sorry, Sean, confused with Lars. Yeah, both. Sean, you need to get yourself an avatar because you need to get yourself an avatar, brother. But Chicago was a pretty good show. It's I would say one of the few shows where they have women's bodybuilding. I mean, it's a Tim Gardner show too, and Tim, he supports women bodybuilding. The Puerto Rico, the Tampa, also Chicago. He has a show in Texas that does have women's bodybuilding, and I think you should think about having it sometimes. I think a lot of people, a lot of ladies, there's a lot of ladies who are like Miss Brittany, my dear friend Miss Brittany Brooks, who's in Chicago, who's I'm sorry, in Texas, who also, Mount Ashley from Texas. Mount Ashley's a bodybuilder. She's in Texas. I think she would love to. Mount would probably love to have a show in Texas. But like I said, going back to Chicago, I mean, Angela looked pretty good. Her physique was on point. I mean, there's no denying it. I mean, she came in great condition. She really, I think she was what they're looking at now in women's bodybuilding. They want a particular look. They want a particular, competitor. I know, it's supposed to be about women's bodybuilding, but still, in a way, it's still women's bodybuilding. Even though, some might not like how the sport is changing, but the fact is it has to adapt and it has to grow. It has to find a way to survive because it's getting a lot harder. The women are not getting much recognition. It's tough financially on them. Some of these ladies, it costs money to compete as a bodybuilder. It costs, and it's just tough. It's tough. But I think Angela, I think she's gonna do pretty good. It's gonna be tough. She's gonna be able to go a really tough lineup. But this is the thing is, if she can bring in a good enough condition to beat Andrea Shaw, that's the big question. Can she beat Andrea? And probably like say, I think I'll say no. Andrea, she is a tough customer. She has the rare, great genetics. She has a great physique. I think, and it's going to be hard to knock her off. Honestly, it's going to be hard to knock her off. But whatever it takes. Like I said in that in the last Avenger movies, when that part with Tony and Steve, when they say whatever it takes. But it's going to be hard to knock off um, Andrea Shaw. It's gonna be difficult. But some of these ladies, I would say honestly, they're pretty impressive. Like I'm telling you, yeah, I think Angela, she's pretty impressive. I think she has her good quad size, good upper body, good development. But like I said, it's gonna be tough to beat, Andrea. Let's see, man. Yeah, Angela, so tough to beat. You mean, don't you mean Andrea so tough to beat, or you talking about Angela? I think, Large. I think, yeah, yeah. You mean Andrea? Yeah, Andrea's gonna be a tough customer to beat. But some of these ladies gotta really bring the A game. You know, but you know, while I'm on the subject of what's the next step for Andrea, I think I have to talk about how I think Andrea should really consider maybe stepping down from the Rising Phoenix and focus on Olympia. You know, but that's just my thoughts. Now, Sherry Palmieri, she won Best Poser at that show. And Sherry, if you look at Sherry, she's she her condition's pretty good, pretty decent. But like I said, she is much mature, and that's why I think she went up to Women's Open because it's a lot harder for the older women to try to compete with the younger girls, especially in physique. And she does Open, and also she does um, Masters. Because with the physique division, sometimes they have like some shows like the Tampa and the Chicago, they have Masters for the women's and for physique, and they also have Open. You know, and since I think one thing is Janine Wakashi wasn't here, I don't see a video of a pose routine. You probably have to watch the live stream, seeing her pose routine, how well posed she is, and she had to win like I think what is it? I think about $500 for best poser. Congratulations to Sherry. So but while I'm talking about this, I'm going to jump over to another show that happened over the weekend while I'm here, and that was the Pro Master Show. That's a if you know that's a Gary Unick show, and Gary Unick he does a lot of the Master Show. And the Master shows I think are shows for a lot of competitors who find it kind of tough to compete up against some of the heavy hitters. It can be tough. You got to compete with women who are you know excuse me much younger than yourself, and who just bring in those some good genetics. And at the show, one lady who I there's also the Pittsburgh show also has like it's on for at least a couple of days. I think it started that Friday, that Saturday, and that Sunday. They were on pretty much about the same time as the Chicago. And one lady who I've been in contact with, I'm hoping maybe I get her on my channel for an interview. That is Lori Conley, and Miss Conley is now a IFBB pro, and and congratulations to her. I mean, it takes a long time for a lot of these ladies to put in the work and to finally get the opportunity to compete. And we've been in contact on IG. We talk back and forth. She sent me some pictures. I sent them back, and I do some work on them. And this was her. She was she made a pro debut. This was at the NPC Collegiate Teen and Masters Nationals, and I think she did the Pro Master show the next day. But she has a great look to her. The question is, I think she was doing women's physique and women's bodybuilding at that show, I believe, or she's doing straight physique. So the question is, what's her next step? Is she going to take some time off? She's going to do a show, a next pro show soon, because I think there's Tampa coming up. There's also some shows that I don't follow because the fact is they're not women's bodybuilding attached to it. That's the Daytona and a couple of others that I, like I said, I don't follow them because the fact is they don't have women's bodybuilding attached to them. And she looks pretty impressive. And one lady who I've been talking with on social media, Miss Michelle Brent. Michelle, after years of being a competitive bodybuilder, finally won a show. It's in Masters. It's a win's a win. And I'm a fan of Michelle Brent. I think she's an amazing lady. She's a businesswoman. Her and her husband have their jewelry company where they're making jewelry, and also she's good friends with a lady we're friends with, the late Miss Rhonda Charisma. You know, and this was her show. She did pretty good. She competed in women's 60 plus in women's bodybuilding, and this is going to be her last run. She mentioned that she's planning on doing the Tampa. So and she's probably going to do, because I think Tampa this year has women's bodybuilding plus. I think 40 plus for women's bodybuilding. So she's 60, 65, 65. But she still looks pretty good for women 65. I mean, she did pretty good at the Toronto this year. And even though there was only 4 women that show, hey, you got third place. So the big question is, you know, what's more for her? And she was thinking at one point she wanted to compete at the Rising, but I don't know what happened with that. I mean, it should give her opportunities. This was her last hurrah. This was her last show as a competitive bodybuilder. I would think you get the opportunity for her to compete, at the show. This is supposed to be the World Bodybuilding Championship for women. So why not have this lady who's a legend, who's been competing as long as she has, the opportunity to compete at the World Championships for women's bodybuilding? I mean, I just don't know. I just know. But also a lady I become friendly with over social media, who competed the show, was Wendy Sanchez. And Wendy, well, she didn't do as good as she hoped, because I think last time she did a master show, Wendy won in women's bodybuilding. And I think she double did too. I think she did physique also. But Wendy, she took fourth for this show. And I reached out to her. I said, I'm sorry you didn't get the win, because you know what? It'd be nice to have a win on your belt. And I'm a fan of Wendy. I think I've done an interview with her. I keep in contact with her on IG. I think she tells her, "Hey George, I'm a fire plug." But I think people love fire plugs. I love the fire plug physique girls with fire plug physiques. Wendy has a great body. She has a great smile. I think some things she does. She says she has issue with because her waist is not as much, tapered in as they want to see. And also she might need to bring in a little more size in her legs. That's one thing that helps out. But the thing is, she has a great physique. I think she has amazing physique. I think she should have placed a little higher than. I think she took fourth at the show. And then she posted that she on travel there, that's her and her husband Eggert, traveling to the show. Something happened, they lost her luggage, and it was and that sometimes stress can also affect how your condition comes in. And she's an amazing lady. I mean, I'm a fan of hers. And the lady who this lady here, this is Lenora Grayson, I believe her name is. She won in women's 40 plus and women's 50 plus in physique. So she kind of she was busy, and that's her and Wendy. And Wendy was, we got a big smile. I like Wendy. I think she's a great lady. And you know, Lenora, let's see, I think she's been competing for quite some time. You know, here, I mean, here drinking. I think what is it? Some cocktails with another lady. I think she took first in women's 40 plus bodybuilding, where she was double dipping, triple dipping, and drinking, have a good time. She's taking some poses. For honest, your husband right there. He's some shorties here. You were not too tall, and she did pretty good. I mean, you know, that's her. That's Gina Hall. She's hugging. There was this somebody filming the live stream. I think there was a 40 from the 50 plus crowd. I think that's she has very great feminine look to her. I think you know women's body 50 plus where she won. You know, pretty. There's her and there's Lloyd right there. They were. I think I think her and Lloyd doing 50 plus. There's Gina right there. I think Gina won at 50 plus, I believe, in women's bodybuilding. And Gina Hall, that's a legend. I know Gina Hall from back in the day. You know, and it's pretty impressive. There's some more pictures here. You know, there's Gina again. There's the some pictures from the show. That's another lady. I think her name is Robin Mays, right there on the right of Lenore, and I think that's Robin Burney, on her left. Let's see, very impressive women. Wait a minute, let's see the sound here.
In fourth place, 148 is Leona Ferrara. Third place, 147, Robin Burney. Your runner-up in second place, 156 is Robin Mays. So your winner of the 450 division, 149, Lenora Gregson.
Congratulations to Lenore Grayson. Congratulations to Lenore. You know, that's a pretty impressive lineup of ladies, and she was able to do pretty good. You know, so you know that was it. You had some amazing, but one lady who I'm become friends with, I feel so bad about her because she tried, she worked so hard. She worked hard to get to this new level. She is I consider her a friend. She is purely a professional lady. Much respect to her. That is my dear friend, Miss Mary Ann Wykowski. And Mary Ann, she really wanted to do well this show, but it just wasn't in the cards for her. I know she called me later that afternoon, evening, and yeah, yeah, Michelle is impressive. Yeah, much respect to Michelle. She is impressive. And she called me and she, told me how she was really disappointed. And she loves this sport. She loves this sport, even though it costs money. And she's been going through some things, some injuries, some other issues, and she loves this sport. I'm a fan of Marianne. I think she really wanted to really win. She was competing in women's physique 50 plus, and she knew as good as she wanted to. And I'm so sorry for her. I mean, I just, it's one of the things that happen, in the sport. But much respects to Marianne. I think she's an amazing lady. I wish she got a little higher. I think she placed in line about the seventh or eighth, along with another lady who I met a while back, Miss Clara Rouse. She didn't do as well as either, you know. And I think she has great features, especially for a woman who's 59 years old. You can't beat she's 59, you know. But I think it's a lot harder for these women who are much older to really bring in the conditioning that they want to see. That's why a lot of these ladies do the master shows. They feel more comfortable with women who are like themselves, who are much older, who don't have that level of conditioning and size to compete with the women in the open classes, such as physique and bodybuilding. But it's a great, I believe that's a photo session she did with, I think she did it with my man, some guy named, or today with George Cartex. I don't know his name, but it's usually my man Glenn Young Senior was there. He was doing some photo sessions. Marianne has a beautiful body. She has a beautiful body. I think I'm gonna reach out to her later, and, because I think she sent me a text, and I'm gonna call her and see how she's doing, because I'm a fan of Marianne. Now, Glenn was also there. He was working um, for his magazine, Amazon Fitness, and I think he posted some pics, and here he is with Claire Roust, and Claire was competing at the show. Her and Marianne were both on stage competing in women's 50 plus. And I did, you've seen the videos. I interviewed Miss Rouse on my channel, and also she's on my IG. And there's they both together. They're both amazing women. Both women. Both women under close to their 60s, and still have a passion for the sport. My man Glenn between them, you lucky bastard. Between these lovely, mature women of muscle, Marianne and Claire didn't do too well. I think she looked pretty good, but I think there was some issues. I know Marion would talk to me about it, and I hope she does a little better. Claire, she lives in Hope Mills in North Carolina, and this is Claire. This is right before she got ready. She looked pretty good. That's the thing is, there's one thing before you leave the house, you look good, but then after you leave the house, everything changes. But much respect to Claire. She's a wonderful lady. So check out. If you're in the favorite area, go to her DQ D DQD S gym, and I support her. My man Bulls Deep in the house. Salute Bulls Deep. That's my man Bulls Deep. He often comes on. Chicago in here. Yeah, Balls Deep. I know you're about to say that and the other stuff. Um, Folks, I really like to appreciate y'all for coming through Saturday when I did my interview with Isa, Sila. It was. I really appreciate y'all supporting me, especially you, man, Balls Deep. I know you made comments about her, how you want to be, but hey, we're not gonna talk about that. But we're gonna go back on this. The debate is, what do the judges want to see? That's why I'm having a live stream on Thursday, where we talk about what do the judges want to see in women's bodybuilding. The past few shows, a lot of girls who've been winning have been girls who were formerly physique competitors, who competed physique for maybe a good while, and then they decided to make the leap. And then the debate is like, is this what do you want to see? Is this supposed to be bodybuilding, or supposed to be physique? Even physique is going through some issues where some women getting pushed out for whatever reason, even they come in the right condition or the right shape. It's just a big debate, and there are some amazing women here. My man Glenn here, and the debate is, what do we want to see? Now we're not going to have any any shows for women's bodybuilding this next weekend, but actually this weekend we're not going to have some shows for women's bodybuilding. Next weekend we will have the Tampa Bay Pro, and Tampa Bay Pro is been around for quite some time. It's a popular show. It's probably one of the few shows that have women's bodybuilding. It's Team Gardner show. And I don't know. Maybe by then I have some money. I might watch the live stream because this time of the month. It's this end of the month for me. I am about broke. I just put in my last few bucks in gas. Gas only cost. I went to a place called South the Border. Gas was like $3.79. I said, hell. I had like about $27.50. I put that all in. I got a little over half a tank. I was down quarter empty. I got a little over half a tank. If I had like maybe $10 more on me, I probably would have got a good full tank. But I had to do laundry Saturday, and then I bought a few things needed for the house, and then the sushi man came through, and that's my fault with the sushi man. I shouldn't. He played that music on the slushy. I said, I like a little kid again. But the Tampa's gonna be next Friday. And I think from the 4th to the 6th. And like I said, I might, by then if I have a good enough change, I might watch it. Because I think some ladies, I don't know, my dear friend Miss Tina S. Williams, she's not competing that show. She's going to be doing working the booth at the Tampa. I know she'd rather compete in the show because that will help her get her maybe some points, some qualification for the Olympia. You see? They want more female qualities. But the thing is, what female qualities they want? What particular female qualities they want, Ballsy? They talk about female qualities, but they still are women. What do you want? You got to understand. One point is when these women who work out, especially if they have any kind of form of breast tissue, that breast tissue is gone because the body is going to, because the body needs muscle to fuel it. The muscle needs fat to fuel it. They're going to lose that breast tissue. They the girls are wearing makeup. They're wearing jewelry. Like I just you should have been in here earlier, Ballsy. I had a picture of Sheena Olick. Sheena was posting on her stories where she's talking about getting her face beat, getting makeup done, and she is a pretty girl anyway, even without makeup. What is this? What other qualities is there for femininity? You know, ass and tits. Here's the problem with that again, balls deep. When you are building muscle, you're going to lose a lot of fatty tissue. That means you're going to lose what booty you have and what breast tissue you have because it takes muscle. Either the girls either get breast implants, they can't get butt implants because one lady told me that for order her to get butt implants, she has to have enough fatty tissue, and she don't have enough of that fatty tissue. Even if she gets the injections, if she don't have enough fatty tissue for the injections, she won't have much of a butt because she needs that fat, and it takes fat to fuel muscle. So even if she did get the injections, what happened is the body's going to like, okay, I'm looking for fat. I need some fat. I need some fat. I need some fat. I need some fat. They say, oh, here's a little bit of fat. We're going to take that, But as long as they're wearing jewelry, they're wearing these sparkly outfits, they got makeup on, they got their hair done, that should be enough. But it seems like it's not enough. But like I said, I won't be on too long because we'll be long before time I go eat. And, it's a great debate about this sport, about what they want to see. You know, Lost here. I'm gonna make you a moderator. Should have been one long time ago. But what do we want to see? You know, do you follow closely figure two? Um, Lars, I don't really follow figure that close. I do I did my interview with Capucine LeCunt, and I did reach out to some figure girls, but I do pay attention to some of it. I know at the show, let me see, go to the Windsprings chat site, and let me see, I think, where was it? Some of the figure girls are getting to that level where they are getting as shredded and as defined as some of the women in physique. That's why a lot of ladies will, switch up and go up to physique because it's a lot more easier for them than to stay in, in the division. Like you remember Shanique Grant, she was originally a physique competitor, and she made a switch. She was a figure competitor. She made the switch, I think, after her last show. And it's just that some of these women, like I'm gonna pull up some pictures if I want to find some because, like I said, I don't follow his figure as much as I should. I should talk about it a little more because I compare those women. I just did a video about a couple of figure competitors, and here we go. We got a picture here. Yeah. This is a young girl she just competed at Chicago in women's figure. Well, it's called figure because there's no women's figures. If anything close to women's figure is men's physique. And you look at the women's in there, look at her. The idea of physique was supposed to be figure, was supposed to be women supposed to be a little more softer, more feminine. You see, we're saying Lars. Check Yukini. She won the figure at Master Pitts. Oh, the Master Show in Pittsburgh. Yeah. You drop her IG. Okay, I'll check it out. And thanks for making me moderator. Well, you follow my channel, Lar. You deserve to be moderated. You come on here, you make comments, you support my channel, you support my content. You should deserve to be a moderator. And I'm going to check it out. I'm going to really click in and check it out. And that's the thing is about figure. Those women are get to the level where they are practically, I would say, smaller version of female bodybuilders. I would call it closer to that of lightweight women's bodybuilding. That's what it is. It's, if anything, it is closer to lightweight women's bodybuilding. And like any divisions, like all these divisions, all these different women's divisions, they are progressing, they are changing. It's just about what people want to see. You know, and the debate is, should they should they change the criteria? Should they, make new guidelines? Should they be, it's just there's so much that's going on. I mean, it's just one of those debates. You know, let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna check her out, Laura, for you, but you dropped me the. Let me see. Let me check her out. Give me a second. Hmm. Oh, she looks pretty good. Yuki Bits. She's black and Japanese. Oh, wait a minute, Laura. Let me see. Let me let me post her on here. Now, I'll drop a picture on her, Laura, because man, you really. Let me see. Yeah, yeah. She looks. Wow, she looks pretty impressive. I think she's wow. She has a. About to put up here for a minute for you, Laura. Yeah, I mean, I think she's mature. Great minds, girl. I think she could do women's physique if she wants. You know, let's see. She's talking on here. Let's see what she has to say. I saw she's making conversation. Let's see. Uh, First place. Ivy Pro first place. She worked for another. Let's see. There she is. Let me see her.
Crap right now, but guess what? I took first prize on the pro show. Yay! Well, I'm gonna talk about it more later, but right now I need to get to the burger because this place is gonna shut down at 9 o'clock, and I really mission to get this burger. So talk to you later. Peace out.
She looks. Now is she 100% Japanese? I think she's 100%. She kind of reminds me of there was a Japanese competitor back in the day, Yoni Kim, I believe her name was. So she's 100% Japanese. So she's a. Oh, you know what, Laura, I might reach out to her for an interview. I'd love to get someone like this. She's a great look to her, great definition to her. I mean, I'll follow her and I reach out to her see if she ever want to be doing an interview. Because like I said, I give any ladies who get opportunity to get some attention. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She has a lot of energy. She has a podcast with one of her friends. Oh yeah, I know. And yes, okay, cool. Yeah, I appreciate you, Laura, for dropping this. I'll reach out to her. So, folks, I won't be on here too long. We had a busy bodybuilding weekend. We had Chicago Pro. We had the Masters Pro in Pittsburgh. We had a busy weekend for women's bodybuilding in general. For just bodybuilding in general. Period. There's a lot more shows. One thing I'm like, I'm gonna talk about this real quick. One thing I'm kind of a little bit brokenhearted of is one ladies who I've become friendly with since I started this. I got to meet her, Miss Amanda Schnooks. And Amanda, she competed at the Chicago Pro at the Miss International, and she took second place as a lightweight. And I'm a fan of Amanda's. I think Amanda's a wonderful lady. She's an amazing person. She did a show I think last week, which was the Ty Pope show where she won. And I think the same lady that she competed with, Ty Pope, competed with her at the Miss International. And Amanda deserved a win. She worked hard, and even though she didn't win her pro card, I think this show is what you call a nationals qualifier. So that means she gets to compete in the nationals. and maybe she might get a pro card. I think there's the USA Championships and also Nationals. They're coming up by the time. You know, she's black. She's black because some Asians are dark skinned, but they may not be African descent. But I don't know. I think she's just her tan. I think she's from Japan. She's just really tan, KLA, and I thought she looked kind of. I thought for a second she did look black, but when she was talking, she still has that bit of the Japanese accent you can hear. But and she looks like I thought she was black. I thought great to see the turnout for both the major shows this weekend and great lineups. That is true. TRVR. It was a great weekend for bodybuilding in general. I mean, the major shows and even these side shows. But like I said, I want to give a shout out to my dear friend Miss Amanda Snooks. I met her about a couple months back. It was great to find out we've been social media friends, Facebook friends. To meet her in person was an amazing opportunity. I know she wanted to earn her a pro card. That's why she did the Miss International. She probably would have been better off doing the pro master shows, the team collegiate and master shows in Pittsburgh. She probably got a pro card a lot faster. But she took a chance, and that's what it is. God's will, popping the muscles. Love you in love with these women, George. Well, I won't say, yeah, I admire them. And some of these ladies who I've met and talked with, yes, I have love for them. In love, I won't say that much about in love. We're not gonna go off and go and take a cold shower together and buy a condo. But hey, I have good feelings for them. Angela got to take Andrew down, and I I don't know TRVR. I don't know. I Andrea is gonna be tough to beat. Angela was pretty impressive, but Angela is also, she was at that master show. She was at the master show. She was hanging out there too. I mean, I was surprised. I think they probably had a wind strength booth at the master show. It was her. I don't think Teresa and Vossi. Teresa ambassador this year again, and Angela was also at that show. So and much respect, Andrea, for going over and representing her and Teresa representing Wings of Strength, and where I think I saw pictures. Where was these? I think I saw the pictures. I might have be wrong, but I know I saw pictures of. It's probably, I think it's like another site. Where is he? Well, I don't have it, but I don't know. I don't know TRVR. I would give Angela some benefit of the doubt, but she looks pretty good. But it's all about how she's gonna come in. That's why I said that Andrea should think about skipping the the Rising Phoenix and focus on the Olympia. Because you have somebody like yeah, what are you gonna say? The abs, dude. Well, the abs are good, but the abs is not enough. There's some women who didn't barely have any abs and still beat some women. She just has to. One thing is, Angela, she has a good amount of size, but just not enough size. And I think she's only going to get better. She's going to get better, but she's not going to win the title. She's going to get better. I won't lie, she's going to get better, but it's going to be hard for her to beat Andrea. And then you have people like Teresa and Vosick. You also had, there's also Michaela Aycock. If Eva Montgomery comes in great condition and her size, then you can't forget Mona Pasolé, who I know my man, a guy who I've become friends with. He was at Chicago talking to Mona. Mona, she's gonna do the Rising Phoenix. And because they pushed qualification back for Olympic qualification back to November, that means she has 12 points. All she got to do, because I think the Rising you get 10 points. All she got to do is place in the top 3, which gets her into the point ship. She can tie with Michelle Yao. Michelle Jin, and Michelle Jin, she's already got 22 points, and she's also doing the Rising. And also, like I said, shout outs to Miss Aisling Hickey. She is the Miss International. This woman looked like she may be about in her 50s, maybe close to her 60s, about in her 50s, I believe. And she kept on from Australia, and she, beat out my dear friend, Miss Amanda Snooks, for the lightweight division. And then she beat out this young lady here for the overall title. And this is Christina Nally. And I met Christina, about earlier this month at this seminar in Fayetteville that was held by my man, Glenn Young Sr. And she was a figure competitor. She switched from figure to physique, and she said she was going to make her bodybuilding debut at the Miss International. And she wanted the heavyweight class for the Miss International. And, she looked pretty good, but I think whatever the judges saw, she didn't win the title. So, but we might see more of it in the future, wherever else, and, and who cares? But, these are pretty impressive women, And my man here, my KIA, that's a nice fantasy to take a cold shower with one of them, but not a man can dream, but stay platonic. Yeah, stay friendly. Don't be, don't push that next level. If the judges go for conditioning over size, give me a second, folks. Yeah, sorry. Conditioning over size at this, Mr. Andrea could be in trouble. At the least, she's gonna be the battle for top 2. Yeah, and I think that's the thing is we talking about this. Is conditioning more important than size? Is size more important than conditioning? It's that push. Like right here you have Sherry Primari. She was a physique competitor, and then she jumps over to women's bodybuilding. She did her first show in Atlanta, and she takes second. This is a second show since Atlanta where she took second place. She took second in Chicago, and then you gotta look at people like said again. We look at Angela. She looks pretty impressive. I'm feeling like this. It's about what the judges are looking for. Do they want girls who have great quality muscle? Do they want girls who are great definition? We have some competitors that competed. One lady who competed at Chicago, I was kind of disappointed that she didn't do as well, and that is Olivia Bay. She I think she got 10th at this show at Chicago, and I'm a big fan of her. She won it in 2020, but then she takes 10th this year, and I'm kind of disappointed. I thought she was gonna make at least top 5, or maybe even battle for first with Ashley Young. And then Ashley looks pretty good. She's kind of a little bit of the pint size, and she looks pretty good, so she's probably a contender. And then the lady who took second, this is another lady. I think her name is Diane Schneid. She took 5th place, and Natalie Ray Wolf took 2nd. So she looks like she's a little bit more older, mature. She took 2nd this show. It wins physique. But let's debate, what do they want? That's why I'm talking about this. Man, Jeannie Feldman needs to come home to WBB, not getting enough love and physique. Oh yeah, Jeannie Feldman she is good friends with lady up and coming women, Miss Daphne Carter. I don't think Jeannie's gonna go over to bodybuilding TR. She's not gonna go over. As long as she does well in physique, she's not like or Ivy Rain. Why don't Ivy Rain go to women's bodybuilding? I know Ivy Rango, but it's all up to what they want or how you feel comfortable with. But you're gonna see here's the thing, you're gonna see a lot more women from physique coming up to bodybuilding, especially if the judges tell them to. If the judges say, "Hey, you you have good aesthetics, but just not enough for this division," and that's the debate of it. It's just you have all these good aesthetics, but it may not be the right division for you here. Yeah, but it was a bunch of good shows, and wait a minute, man, Ivy would be a great WBB. Yeah, I think Ivy would be good. But the thing with Ivy, I think one thing is she has she has a great wide back. She has good size in the back and the shoulders, but she's still a little small in the legs. She has a smaller waist, but she needs to bring in size in her legs. I think you need to have that. You have to have that, you know, perfect pairing of a great upper body and a great lower body. You can have a small waist, but you need a good size set of legs and a good size set of shoulders. If they don't match, you're kind of off. I think that's what things that hurt some women. Some women have like some of these girls I've been seeing, great upper body, great shoulders, great great chest, great back, but then you go lower past the waist, kind of tiny in the calves, not too much size in the quads. That's things that kind of hurt them. So and that's the tough part about that trying to find that balance. You want to have that hourglass figure. That's what they want. You got to have that just as much as even as the top as the bottom. You know, very true. Liz Bradshaw too. I think it's gonna happen. I've heard that Liz Bradshaw was thinking about moving up. But she's been doing some pretty well in some shows. I don't know if she's gonna debut as physique. As a bodybuilder. TR, have you heard anything? Because I'm hearing some. I'm seeing scuttlebutt. Has she posted lately? Let's see if we can find. We're gonna go over here real quick to Elizabeth Bradshaw. See this. See. Here we go. We got Elizabeth Bradshaw here. Let's see. I don't know. It's all up to her. She. This is a. I don't know. It's the great debate. I'm trying to see. There's some pictures she's posted. She's on social media quite a bit. You know, I don't know. She thing about her. This is a picture from when she competed at the Rising Phoenix. I think about a year or so ago, maybe about a couple of years ago. There's a picture from I believe last year. She had made adjustments. You can see how much she's much wider. Her lats are much wider. You can see her shoulders have a little more size in her delts. But that's not enough. And I think, like I said, that's why I see a lot of the much older women. They hit this is like 2019, which took 15th at the Rising, and then in 2020 she took second. So she made adjustments. But it's could she go to Women's Open? I don't know. That's the big question. Could she go to Women's Open? You know, she started out as a figure competitor, and she made a transition to Women's Open. That's a Women's Physique, Transformation Thursday, and she trains very hard and hefty. You know, could she? I mean, I don't know. I think she's still a bit undersized for physique. I think she mostly works more on her condition than she does on size. That's a nice position. But that's the debate. Anyway, folks, it's getting about later to the afternoon, closer to the evening. I'm not going to be here too much longer. Uh, the question is, did we had a great lineup for bodybuilding? We did. The question is, do we, what's going to be the future for bodybuilding? I don't know. I can't say. I'm not an expert. I don't have a crystal ball. But next week it's gonna be quiet for women's bodybuilding. We won't have the show for women's bodybuilding until um the Tampa in August. Um, you know, it's well, it's just gonna be like we quiet. Me and my partner, we get up with each other. We'll figure out something we're gonna talk about. But anyway, I said again, I'm having my live stream. It's gonna be this Thursday, and it's gonna be at 1 o'clock. If you have the time and you are interested in taking part, you can follow me. Come check it out. Give me your thoughts. Give me your opinions. What you think, is the criteria for bodybuilding should be. Should it be more about size and conditioning? Should it be more about true bodybuilders winning opportunity to compete at the Olympia, or it's just what do you as fans, what do you want? Because really, it's you the fans that keeps the sport of bodybuilding going. It's yours going to the shows, buying the pay-per-views. What do you want to see? What you feel is truly women's bodybuilding. You know. But like I said, I like to appreciate y'all for coming through. TRVR, uh, my man Lar, Bowls Deep, KLA, Sean McMillan, and my sister Miss Fishiana. Thank you for coming through, making your comments, sharing, comment, whatever, dropping that like. Share this stuff with other people out there. There's people who are fans of bodybuilding, and they would love to talk about the sport. But like I said, check out, if you have time, that Thursday afternoon, come through, support me. Like I said, I'm gonna have a panel because we're gonna talk about this, and we're gonna give our thoughts and opinions of what we want to see happen in bodybuilding. What's the route it's supposed to go? Oh, excuse me. Ooh, oh, that's a little burp. So, folks, I like to appreciate your time. Thank you for coming through, listen to me. I know it's been a while since I do solo. Sometimes I like to feed it back off of with me and my man Jen. But I can do this by myself every now and then if I have to. But it's tough sometimes. But once again, shout out to all the women and no, just not all just the women, all the competitors that competed in Chicago and Pittsburgh over the weekend. Congratulations to those that earned their pro cards. Congratulations to the ones that won their in their divisions, and congratulations to us the fans for supporting bodybuilding. Anyway, this is me on the way, George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Don't subscribe. I'm out. Wait a minute, we got one more here. My man, I just saw him before I leave out. I better acknowledge him because he just joined my channel, and I better acknowledge him. My man, JM20 2022, Chicago was great. You were there. Were you there, Jay? Or would you just see your friend, see you too, Lar? But before I leave it, Jay, were you there, Jay? Would you did you go see the Chicago show, or you just And I pick up a new subscriber, Mark Masters. Thank you, Mark, for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate you. I just saw that on my notification. I got a new subscriber. Thank you. I'm over 850 some subs. Some of those subs are the ones that YouTube gives you. The rest are people generally originally who, if you take it like this, if you strip out the ones that YouTube give me and just have the ones that actually subscribe to me, I think I like that more. Because that tells me you really like Sally Field in the movie saying when she got her Oscar that year, you like me. You really, really, really like me. But Jay, I'm going to do a live stream on Thursday, at 1 o'clock. If you have the time, brother, come through. I really appreciate your support. I would like to get your comments on what we're going to talk about this. The live stream's in the link. Click it. You see the subject. You see the time and the date. So I'm not going to hold anybody up because I know some people, you probably at work listening to me, and that's why you don't want to, be in too much trouble because you don't want the boss to come Fire you for listening to me on YouTube. But like I said, I really appreciate all of y'all for listening to much, me just talk off the cuff and give my thoughts and opinions of what's going on, and great support, and just just appreciation to all my subscribers and followers. Anyway, I did out this time. I'm actually gonna leave. It's your man always, George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Don't like, subscribe, don't subscribe. I'm out.